Good morning, everyone. So today you have faithful fools, including Fool Reverend Laura Shenham, Sam Dennison, and myself, Carmen Barsody, leading the service. And unfortunately, we left behind one of our greatest instruments, is our red noses. Because today has definitely been a red nose day. Because Mari Ramos was going to join us this morning and unfortunately is sick. So we wish Mari healing, and we will weave in and step up to take the places that Mari was going to lead. So I welcome all of you here today who are in the sanctuary and those of you on live stream. And we hope that this be a service of celebration and heart strengthening for all of us for the work we have before us. And just some of you may already have in your hand a little square, a little fold, which we'll be using. If you don't have one, if you would raise your hand, and Linda is back there with the basket, and she can make sure you have one. We'll be using it as part of the service. So we also want to thank everyone who's making this worship service possible, and all of the names are listed in your order of service, which can be found online, and also hopefully you have one in your hand. And also as we begin the service this morning, we'd like to extinguish 2 candles for people who have died. The first one is for Kay Carlson. Some of you may remember Kay Carlson, who was a longtime member of this congregation, very faithful volunteer with us Fools, served on our first board with us, and Kay died on March 22nd. And we also extinguish a candle for the Reverend David Rankin, who was minister of this congregation from 1975 to 1980, and a leader in our movement. David passed away last night, and our thoughts and prayers are with his wife, Virginia, and his family. So let us begin. So as some of you know, over the last few years, we have been ringing this gong at different times when we want to remember that some of the horrors going on in our world send out peace. So we hold here in this space, in this community, our common world that is full of both heartbreak and stunningly beautiful life. We deny neither beauty nor heartbreak, but rather live between and among, inviting one another to step into this world as witnesses and participants in the whole of it. Some days it's hard to hold all the complexity that surrounds us. So this morning we ring our gong in a ritual to hold us together. We ring it once this morning for the thousands of people who have been killed and injured in Gaza and in Israel, for the hostages still being held, for those in Gaza who are suffering from inadequate water and food and medical care, and the refugees fleeing the war, for all who are afraid and all who are at risk, and all whose hearts are filled with hate, and all whose hearts will forever be scarred by the loss of loved ones. And in this morning, in particular, we remember the aid workers who died in Gaza this past week. And we will ring our gong a second time for the people of Ukraine, for people at war everywhere, and those around the world and those close at home who will lose years of life to poverty, racism, gender oppression, and climate change. And we will ring the gong a third time in gratitude for all people everywhere, for our ability to seek and offer healing, to offer and find forgiveness, for the desire to seek and to grant mercy when vengeance threatens to overcome us, and for the experiences of our common humanity that bring us closer together. Let this third ring of our gong remind us to be peacemakers and people of goodwill that we long to be in our daily endeavors. May we keep what we have named this morning in our thoughts and in our prayers, and may we each serve life with courageous love and ease the tide of human suffering these coming weeks, however we can.